Go.
Okay, so today we're doing the density graphing lab, and we're just going to tell you how to measure density using your mass and volume of solution. First, you want to define that, and you have to wring it out with water 3 times, and you have to wring it out with the solution 3 times to get it cleaned out. And I'm going to show you how to measure pipettes. Take the pipette, stick it in there, take the solution, can't let it touch the bottom, don't let it touch the top, so we're going to squeeze the mold. Yeah. Take that. Put your finger over the top so it doesn't ring out. What's going on there? And then you get an accurate measurement of the meniscus. And the meniscus, I don't know if you can see it, but that is the curvature of the upper body of standing water. So, yeah. Meniscus is took in about 30. No, sorry, about
45. 44. So 44 is the initial.
The initial. So, take this. Okay. So today, the measurement of the beaker analytical balance. And the first step is to turn on the analytical balance and zero it. You want to make sure you use the same balance for every one of your measurements, because every balance has a little slight error, and between balances you're going to get deviations between the balances. And you'll close the measurement. So 39.7089. Okay. Now and close it. Okay. Are we through?
Alright, I'll look at your data that you wrote down.
My data. This one matches the initial match of the speaker. One matches the weight added.
Clarity is looking good.
Yeah.
Okay, before we start measuring any of the lists, we want to take the initial mass of our beaker. We'll use that to get our calculations later. So what we do is come over to our analytical balance, make sure we turn it on, and zero it out. We'll open our door here. Be sure that your beaker is empty and dry of any excess liquid. Close your door. And then stand back, making sure we don't touch the counter or anything to alter the results. And so we see here measuring 31.12. We'll take that as our measurement for the initial mass of our beaker. Okay, and now we'll proceed to continue to measure out our liquids and get out our calculations.
Speaker. Put it out. Just to the point where it's right at the way. Right at the toe. Touch the side. It's dry. And you measure it from there.
You got it down here. You take, first of all, you
got about.
the
See that is about 7.
Let's see.
together into divided by 6. And then
eye level, it is maybe, once again, measuring the meniscus.
Measurement 1 minus measurement average squared plus measurement 2 minus average,
Maybe
and then over number of measurements minus 1. So, yeah.
8.2 maybe?
Yeah. That's a little right.
Alright, so we're going to say
It's 8.2.
8.2. So now I'm going to record our data.
Okay, pause it. Okay, now just explaining the values that we just got. Remember from my pipette I measured out 44.2, so that's going to be my initial volume. I'll subtract that from my final volume, which is 100, which gives me my actual volume, which is 55.8. So that's what we have thus far. Now we continue to get our measurements, and we'll come back and record that data as well.
So,
okay, so again, what we're going to do is take the initial volume, 100 milliliters, and subtract it from the final volume that we got, and we got 44.2. See how the meniscus is just barely above 44. Now when we release it into the receiving vessel, what we want to do is make sure we stop at the 10 mark, because that was the initial volume of measurement. Okay. Alright, now once we have it in our receiving vessel and everything has been measured, we want to make sure that we record everything that we do in our lab net. See here that I have the initial volume and the final volume, 44.2 and 100. I'm going to subtract the two from each other to get 55.8. And that is our actual volume. Now, after we get our volumes measured and write it in our lab manual, now we're ready to weigh it. You want to take it over to that we are ready to weigh our volume. You want to come over to the analytical balance, make sure that you turn it on, and then zero it out. Okay. You want to open the side door. Put your beaker in there, step away, and make sure that you're not touching the counter in order to throw off the measurement. And it says that we have a weight of 36.7 if we round it off. 36.7 grams. Now we want to open our door, take our beaker out, and then shut it back. Okay, now we'll proceed to measure our liquid with our hot test. And doing so, we're going to get our final volume and our initial. Okay. Alright, so here we're going to measure at about 44.2, and how we're measuring our meniscus, remembering that the meniscus is the curvature of the upper part of a standing body of liquid, so paying close attention to the very bottom of that, okay, which will be right here at the bottom of your curve, okay. and that's where we get our 44.2. Okay? And then we'll take that into how I like Katrina says our receiving vessel. And we'll be sure to stop at 100, which will be your 10 mark since we're measuring 10 millimeters. There we go. So we'll make sure our meniscus also stops at the 10 mark. Okay? And then our essence liquid back in our beaker. And if needed, you can take your bowl and squeeze all the excess liquid out of the pipette. Okay, so now we're going to actually measure out the weight of our beaker with our liquid in it. Remember earlier we came and got the value of 31.12 as our initial weight, our initial mass, which is our beaker with no liquid in it. Now we've measured from the pipette, and we're going to bring that over to the analytical balance, turning it on, making sure the door is closed, and zeroing it out. Alright, then we're going to place our beaker inside. Alright, and we come up. Okay, so we're going to stick with 36.51. 36.51. So this is going to be our final. Now let's go record our actual value. Alright. So like I said earlier, we got 31.12 is our initial mass. Now with our value we have 36.51. So we'll take the difference of those two so we can find out our actual mass, which is 5.39.